Hello and welcome to your Sacral Chakra Yoga Flow and Meditation. So we're in our chakra series, and last practice we did the root chakra. So now we're moving on to the second chakra, sacral, which is orange, which is why I have my orange tank top on, just to remind you. It is located a couple inches below the navel or the belly button, so kind of thinking the lower abs or the sacrum area. Sacrum is like where you would have a tramp stamp tattoo. I may have one there. So we were talking about last week how chakras can have too much energy or not enough energy. So let's talk about maybe some red flags that could be impacting your wellness in a way if you're getting not enough or too much energy. So if you're feeling like you are feeling depressed or maybe a little bit blue, or you're having trouble with intimacy in your relationships, and I mean intimacy in a way of a romantic relationship, if you have a lot of unfinished projects, or if you're having a hard time with change, these may be red flags that your sacral chakra is not getting enough energy. So we need to bring some love and some energy into that. Now, on the opposite end of the spectrum, if you're having too much energy in your sacral area, you may have some glorification of porn. Can I say porn in yoga? Just did. You may be feeling overwhelmed, and pretty often you may feel like you're having too much warmth down here. It's kind of like hot and doesn't feel great. And you're thriving on conflict rather than peace. So you love the drama, or you may know someone like this, or this may be really hard for you to admit. That means there's too much energy going to that chakra. So this practice is made to balance the sacral chakra. So we're going to work with that. All right, what you're going to need for this practice today are just two little pillows. Maybe grab them off your sofa. And a scarf or a t-shirt. Anything that will make your arms a little bit longer to give you like leverage. Grab this. If you'd like, you can use the YouTube playlist, the Spotify playlist that I provided for this flow in the description below. So go ahead and press play on that now if you want to. All right, so we are going to start our practice today. Keep this close. With our pillows underneath our knees. Supta Baddha Konasana. So bringing the soles of the feet together. Open up your feet like they're a book. Baddha Konasana. But Supta, we're going to do it reclined. So if this is too hard for you to lay back and get to it, you can straighten out your legs. Come to corpse pose. Bend at the feet. Bend at the knees, not at the feet. And bring your knees underneath these pillows. Bring your hands to the sacral area, so right below the belly button to that sacral chakra. I'm going to sit up so you can hear me better, but go ahead and resume this position. Unless it feels uncomfortable, then always opt out. That's the rule of thumb. If it doesn't feel good, don't do it. Don't do it. From here, go ahead and maybe find a spot on the ceiling to stare at, or close your eyes. Maybe start to participate in the noises of the room that you're in, just noticing them. Maybe start to notice if there's a smell in the room. The temperature of the room. Is there some sort of energy or vibe to your room? Is it sunny and bright, or is it a little bit dark like a cave? From here, visualize the four corners of your mat. And if you don't have a mat, just visualize a four-corner rectangle all around you. From here, start to notice if you feel anything under your palms, heat, electric shocks, a tingle, or maybe nothing at all. Bringing the sacral chakra to your mind, thinking orange. Shade is up to you of orange, whatever Pantone comes to mind. Start to deepen your breath here. Maybe you find that there's a rise and fall of the sacral area as you inhale and flattens out as you exhale. Coming into Dirga Pranayama, 3-part breath if you'd like. If you have any respiratory issues, go ahead and let this go. But we're going to inhale for 3 seconds, exhaling for 3 seconds. Inhaling the diaphragm, so inhaling from the belly, the ribs to the chest, and then exhaling it all flattens out. So we're all on the same page. Go ahead and inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Inhale, fill it up from the belly, from the ribs, up towards your chest. And exhale it out, chest, ribs, belly. Inhale through the nose for 1, 2, 3. Exhale through the nose for 3, 2, 1. Inhale. And exhale. And in. And out. Come to normal breathing or return to normal breathing. And then from here, take your knees, bring them together and bring your pillows and keep them close by. Grab a hold of that scarf you have and straighten out the left leg and bring the right knee into your chest, wrapping the scarf or whatever you have around that foot. And then bring that knee in towards your chest. What we're going to do is inhale, open up the leg just a little bit. Exhale, return back to center. Inhale, open the leg. Exhale, return to center. Inhale, open it up a little bit more. Exhale, return to center. Inhale, big inhale all the way until your body says, that's enough. Exhale, return to center. Inhale, open it up until your body says enough and hold. Grounding that left butt cheek and that left hip down towards the ground, not allowing them to pop up. Taking some deep breaths here. And coming back towards center. Swap out feet here. Maybe straighten that right leg down towards the ground. Draw this knee in towards the chest. Right hand comes to right hip. Inhale, open up knee. Exhale, come towards the center. Inhale, open it up. Exhale, center. Inhale, open it up even more. Exhale, center. Inhale, open it up to your fullest capacity where your body says, that's enough. Exhale, center. Open it up until your body says enough and hold. Noticing if it feels different on this side. Not allowing that right side to pop up off the ground. And when you feel ready, come back to the center. Releasing that foot. And then taking your scarf and wrapping your hands around it once. Bring both feet to your scarf. Straightening out the legs here. Press into your scarf or towel until you come up to Navasana, boat pose. And then slowly come down. Fun, isn't it? Go ahead and place this back towards to the right side. Cross your feet, come into tabletop pose. Knees under hips, hands under shoulders, tuck toes under, and bring your knees off the ground just a few inches for 5, 4, press into the ground, 3, 2, 1. I should have said press away from the ground so you're not sinking into your shoulders. From here, untuck your toes here, and we're going to come into half push-ups on our knees. So what we're going to do is exhale, lower down, inhale, pressing up, exhale, lower, inhale, come up, exhale, lower, inhale, come up. So good. Tuck toes under, press yourself up into a downward facing dog, pedaling out your feet, maybe shifting hips left to right. Feeling cracks, maybe you hear mine. Set big toes together, right leg comes up, bend the knee, open that hip. Draw that knee in towards the chest, foot plants in between your hands. Left knee comes down. Inhale for your low lunge. From here, exhale, sweep the arms back. Good. Inhale, low lunge, really pressing this pelvis forward. Yes, so good. From here, drop the hands to the inside of this right leg and start to rock forward to backward. Opening up the body. If you'd like, you can open up this foot to the right, opening up this leg. From here, if you have it open, close it out. Bring the right hand to the outside of that foot. Inhale, take your twist. Pausing here. From here, bring your right hand back down, frame that foot, untuck that back toe, come off that knee, press back into plank pose. Exhale, lower all the way down. Untuck toes here. Inhale for your low cobra. Keep your elbows in. Exhale, lower down. Take your feet out a little bit wider. Inhale, low cobra. Exhale, lower down. Maybe take your feet out so wide they're not on a mat. Inhale, low cobra. Exhale, come on down. Bring your feet together, tuck toes under, press up to plank pose, and your downward facing dog. Step big toes together. Inhale, left leg comes up, bending the knee, opening the hip. Left foot in between the hands. Come down to that right knee, unplug. Inhale, reach it up, low lunge. Exhale, reach it back. Inhale, reaching it up. And exhale, coming down, planting both hands to the inside of that left leg, rocking forward, rocking back. If you'd like to open up the hip, go ahead and come out to the knife edge, I guess you would say, of that foot, or just opening up that left leg, and maybe rocking just a little slightly or just holding. It's your body, you decide. From here, if you have that leg open, go ahead and close it off. Take this left hand to the outside of that foot. Inhale, reach it up for your twist. Maybe even take a half bind if you want it. And lower back down, framing that foot, coming off that back knee. Left foot meets the right, lower all the way down. Untuck toes, reach your arms behind you. Inhale, peel your chest off the ground. Exhale, lower. Inhale, chest comes off the ground, arms reach back. Exhale, lower. Inhale, arms reach back. Exhale, hands come underneath shoulders. Press toes underneath. Press up to plank pose and then downward facing dog. Very good. From here, right leg comes up, bend the knee, open the hip. Sweep this foot forward. Pause here in your low lunge. From here, sweep your arms back, and we're going to inhale, open up to warrior two. Good. From here, kind of settle into your warrior two. Front knee is bent, back leg is straight, back foot's at about 90 degrees. Arms are reaching out. We're not having dead fish fingers here. We're really reaching. If you have tightness in the shoulders, go ahead and palms up. Version is awesome. From here, wrap the back arm around the lower back and come into your reverse. Good. From here, come back towards your warrior two and then reverse. Inhale, warrior two, and then reverse. Inhale, warrior two. We're kind of dancing here. And reverse. From here, cartwheel the hands down. Step back into plank pose. Lower down all the way to your belly. Untuck your toes here. Reach back with your hands. Feet and legs come off the ground this time for locust pose. So good. Drop the feet first. Hands come underneath the shoulders. Tuck toes under. Press up to plank. Downward facing dog. Step big toes together. Inhale, left leg comes up. Bend the knee. Open the hip. Left foot comes in between the hands. Pausing right here. Reaching back. And inhale, open up to your warrior two. Facing the other direction. So good. From here, kind of get settled in, and when you feel ready, we're going to come into that warrior sequence and reverse warrior. So inhale, reverse. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, warrior two. One last time. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, warrior two. Cartwheel the hands down. Step back into plank pose. Lower all the way down. Come up to your locust pose. Tuck toes under, hands under shoulders. Inhale for plank and exhale, downward facing dog. Stepping big toes together. Right foot comes up, bend the knee, open the hip. Right foot in between the hands. Stay down in your low lunge, reaching back. Inhale for your warrior two. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, horse and goddess pose. Heels in, toes are out. Arms are at cactus. Good. From here, bring your right forearm to your thigh. Left arm reaches. And on your inhale, sweep the left arm forward and take this on the other side. Exhale, other side. Big inhale, take it to the left. Big exhale, take it to the right. Big inhale, take it to the left. Big exhale, take it to the right. Big inhale, reach your arms and legs straight. And exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Regain yourself here. Heavy necks. Feel free to walk out into a hammock, which is like a wide-legged downward dog. And then walk your hands back underneath you. Hands walk to the front. Come to the ball of the back foot, framing that front foot. Step your right foot back. Lower all the way down to your bellies. Untuck your toes here. First, reach your hands back. Option is to stay here. Option is to maybe bend that right leg. Maybe grab a hold of the ankle. Maybe you bend the left leg and grab a hold of the left ankle. Maybe you come up to bow pose. Beautiful balancing for the sacral chakra. Lower all the way down. Untuck toes, hands come underneath shoulders. Press yourself up into plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step big toes together. Left leg comes up. Bend the knee, open the hip. Left foot in between the hands. Bring your arms behind you on your inhale. Reach up for warrior two. I want to face you. So good. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, horse and goddess pose. Yes, so good. Left arm comes down, reaching over with your right. Inhale. Exhale, take it over to the right. Exhale, take it over to the left. Inhale, take it to the right. Exhale, over to the left. And then inhale, take it over to the right one last time. And then exhale, reach it up, straight arms, straight legs. Take a big inhale, reaching it taller through the fingertips, and exhale, forward fold. If you'd like, you can try with your left hand to reach your right ankle. Maybe even walking the hand out and looking over your or underneath your armpit. If you're like, no way, no how, just reach up, maybe on the thigh, and give that one a try. Walk your hand out, maybe with the right hand grabbing your left ankle, shin, or quad. And then opening up, walking your left hand away, and maybe looking up underneath your armpit. It's a different vantage point. From here, come back to center. Walk your hands to the front of the mat, pivot on the back foot, step back into plank pose, lower all the way down to your belly. Untuck toes here, reach your arms back, maybe trying to bend with the left leg, seeing if you can grab a hold of that ankle, and then maybe if you can grab a hold of that right ankle too. Option is to stay here. Next option is to press up. Really pressing that sacral area into the ground. From here, lower it all the way down. Hands underneath your shoulders. Press yourself up to a tabletop position. Actually, let's go to downward facing dog just real quick. From here, right leg comes up, and right foot is coming towards your left wrist for pigeon pose. Right knee behind your right wrist. Left leg extends out behind you, pressing the top of that left foot into the ground. So good. So I like to reach out and tent my fingers, pressing into the ground and squaring my hips off as much as possible. Now the whole bring your leg parallel to the front of the mat thing is not a thing, so don't worry about that. If this hurts for any reason, I'm going to give you a different option. If this feels good, go ahead and start to walk your hands away and bring maybe your forearms to the ground, or maybe walking it all the way out. Now, if this hurts you for any reason, walk that foot closer in towards your groin. I know, kind of weird. And then maybe start to wiggle around until it doesn't hurt anymore, and using your torso as a lever. Maybe, okay, this feels okay. If that doesn't feel good, maybe I'm going to walk it out here. Maybe that's okay. Yeah, your pigeon looks funny, but who cares? So we're using our torso to kind of find our happy place, and our foot's near our groin. All right, settle in. If this still doesn't feel good, you can take that figure 4. Right like this. That works too. your mind is starting to wander, just think about the sacral area again, that part of your body, the color orange, maybe different things associated with it, like a sweetness for life, or a sweetness for your life, that you're happy to be here, that you feel creative and passionate about your endeavors. And if you don't feel this way, well, think them anyway. You don't have to believe it. From here, go ahead and press up. Sweep the left leg forward. And I like to straighten my legs out and give them a little shake, shake. Because sometimes they need that. From here, I'm going to ask you again to flip on your belly. So we're going to be here in our bellies. I'm going to figure out, I'm going to have to not face you to see what we're doing. So coming down towards your bellies again. Take that same right leg that was forward and bend it and open it up for half frog. So now you see what it looks like from behind. From the forward direction for our half frog, you can come down to your forearms. Now for your half frog, that leg, it can be more straight. You can bring the knee down for a little less intense, or bring it higher up and make it more intense. Your toes should be facing out. Your left leg is just straight and the top of your foot is in the ground. So from here, go ahead and recline. I like to bring my hands down and bring my forehead down to my hands. Again, if at any point this is uncomfortable, just lower the knee down. The more the knee comes up, the harder it is. From here, go ahead and straighten that right leg out. Go ahead and shake out those legs. Woo-hoo-hoo. Tuck toes under, hands underneath shoulders, press up to plank, and then downward facing dog. From here, left leg comes up and comes forward for pigeon pose. So left knee behind left wrist, and then your right foot comes maybe in towards your groin. Right leg is straight. Take your hands out like a T and tent the fingers. Press up, squaring your hips off to the front of the mat. And then go ahead and take your recline position. Or, you know what to do, use your torso as a lever to figure out what is working for you. Find your way. Or take your figure 4, and that's great too. An option is to stay here, and an option is to balance yourself out, coming into half frog on the other side. So sweeping the right leg in front. Give it a shake, 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 shake. And then coming to your bellies in a very unfancy way. Right leg is straight. The top of the right foot is into the ground. I'm up on my forearms, and I'm going to bend this knee, and my toes are also facing out. Bending the knee, and seeing how that feels. And then I'm going to square off my chest and come down to my forearms, seeing how this feels. If I've got more in me, I'm going to bring up my knee a little bit more. Too much, bring the knee down. Option to close the eyes. Again, coming back to that sacral chakra, orange, associated with your creativity and your vigor for life. From here, start to straighten that leg out. And an option is to actually end the practice on your belly. Another way to balance your practice out in a sacral fashion is just to actually just roll on your back, facing the opposite direction. If you would, grab those two little pillows. Coming into Supta Baddha Konasana again. So bring the soles of the feet together and your knees drop onto your pillows. Hands come to that sacral area, lower abdominals below the belly button. Or an option is to close out your practice any way you like. If you'd like to participate in your sacral meditation, go ahead and start to deepen your breath. If this isn't something that you wish to participate in, then just tune me out and resume your Shavasana. From here, your hands over your sacral area, imagine orange. Imagine it being orange water. It is a water element. And that maybe you're soaking in the bathtub or the ocean or whatever body of water that you feel comfortable with. You're soaking up on this water. But there's this orange tint to it because we're talking about the second chakra. Maybe you find that you're kind of bobbing in it, floating. The water is just the right temperature and it's refreshing. Now imagine here you either get out of the water or you press yourself out of the bathtub and you wrap this warm towel around you, soaking in all of that water. Then you take a seat somewhere close by. When you start to think, if you could create anything, you could create anything in the world and know that it would be considered successful, what would you create? Without any fear that you wouldn't be successful, what would you create? What would you make? If nothing obvious comes to mind, what would you do? What would you do if you knew you'd be successful? You would be okay. Hold that idea close to your heart. Maybe bringing a slight smile to your lips. Maybe starting to wiggle fingers and toes. An option is to end your practice exactly as you are. Another option is to roll over in the fetal position on your favorite side, keeping in mind that there is a pillow. If you'd like, you can press yourself up into a seated position, if that's what you want. If you'd like, you can bring your hands into heart center, whether you're lying down or seated. Bringing the thumbs in between the eyebrows, representing compassionate thoughts. That's sweetness for life. Thumbs to lips, representing compassionate speech. What can you create? Thumbs to heart center, representing compassionate actions. What can you do to bring that sweetness to life back in? I hope you enjoyed this sacral chakra flow and meditation. Namaste. And I hope to see you here for the solar plexus flow.